All right. All right. Second final lesson of ideation. We've got competitive analysis. Why is competitive analysis important? Well, as we know from our unit on case studies, or rather, lesson on case studies, I should say, it's important to understand the space that you're working in. And so the case studies that I provided earlier are to provide a general holistic representation of this domain of consumer apps. Now, when it comes to competitive analysis, if you have begun the process of ideation, seeking to solve your problems and scrolling social media, once your ideas become slightly more fully formed, it's very important to look at what other apps or what similar products in the space are doing. Honestly, I almost considered including this in the unit on ideation. The reason that I didn't is the majority of ideas that I have ever come up with that have been successful were based on idea slash problem first, and then we compare what already exists in the space rather than looking at products that exist and then choosing the app to build. Um, to be honest, actually have employed that strategy a number of times, and every single time it has failed. On the flip side, I do know other people that use that strategy and it works. Um, and it also borders on being a copycat, right? There's one way, which is to look at apps that exist in the space and to use that to build an adjacent product, which I think that there's nothing wrong with. And then you look at other apps in the space and you just build a complete copycat and you don't innovate at all. And I find that to be very uninspiring. All right. So I'm actually going to switch these around. We're going to do App Store rankings plus Sensor Tower, and I'll explain why in a moment. But let's get right into it. Okay, so during this lesson, I'm going to just kind of scroll through without a very specific idea in mind that I'm looking to analyze the competitors for, but you can employ really any sort of strategy here. I usually do this on my phone, but I'm on the computer, so we'll do it here today. So if you search up App Store, iOS App Store charts, you'll come you'll get somewhere like here, I think. Yeah. So I just searched up Quitter. I pressed the 68 in health and fitness, and then I changed to lifestyle to start. The first app I built, RizGPT, was in lifestyle, but you can really go through any category. But we'll start here arbitrarily. Okay, so when I come here, the big things that I'm looking for are new products. Now, the reason that that's important is, as I explained in case studies, right, we're not looking to try to copy Pinterest or Hinge or, Zillow. Like, these are all multi-billion dollar companies that received a ton of funding and took years and years to find any level of success. T Dating Advice is interesting to me because I believe the company may have received some funding, but it kind of came out of nowhere, right? It's a very new product. Keep scrolling through Deep Search AI. I think this is similar. Now, when you want to see how old one of these products is, you just go to version history, scroll down. So Deep Search AI came out in March of 2025. All right, so we'll start with this product as an example. Let's see if they do in-app purchases. Yeah, they do. All right, now let's take a look. So you search up Sensor Tower top charts on Google. The reason I do this is if you just go to sensortower.com, it's actually you don't really know where to go. So what I do is I search up Sensor Tower top charts. Now, guys, I don't even have an account. I don't even pay for Sensor Tower. All right, it's deep search. So here we'll see that we see the little icons here. This is Android. This is iOS. Deep Search AI came out in March and is doing over $300,000 a month post Apple tax. Now, these numbers aren't perfect, but they're, in my experience, very, very accurate. See if they build any other apps. They build a phone cleaner product. Interesting. Cool. So this product seems pretty basic. You enter someone's name, gives you all the links. It's actually very clear value add. I think that most current LLMs will not actually tell you about people. So one of the key learnings here is like if there's too much risk, liability, or maybe even political backlash that companies like OpenAI, Anthropic, xAI would receive for a feature, here being getting information on real life people, then maybe there's an opportunity to build it yourself. Okay, let's keep going. Here we got NGL, which we're all familiar with. Wonder what this is. This is like a find weed app. That's funny. So this is always interesting, seeing an app that is number 45 in lifestyle but has 38 ratings, meaning it's either extremely new or it just went viral. So this being a little bit of both, came out a number of months ago, probably just had its first viral moment. Astra, one of our case studies. Okay, we'll keep going pretty quickly. Oh, Candle, this is pretty interesting. It's like playing games for couples. Definitely a viral domain. We got a Umax copycat right here. Love to see it. Cool. All right, let's move forward. Let's go to health and fitness. Look at all. We got Cal AI beating out MyFitnessPal. It's fucking sick to see. We just did a Mr. Beast promo, so that's exciting. These apps are super interesting, the sort of like brain training game apps. I think I'll provide a concrete example here within fitness. Okay, so AI calorie tracking would be a terrible space to build in right now unless you have some like clear distribution edge, on the basis of the fact that there are thousands and thousands of products that you're competing with. However, one space that I think actually has a lot of opportunity is sort of weightlifting planning. Most of the apps aren't very good. So what I would do is I would find apps like this, apps that help you plan your workout. You'd go through, find them, and then let's take this one. First step in my eyes is like find comparables and then find out how much they're making. Like, are they making a lot? Do they get a lot of downloads? So Strong Workout Tracker, which is obviously a very generic product, is making over $500,000 a month after Apple's tax on just 200,000 downloads, which indicates relatively high user intent. Okay, let's go back. And to be honest, you can apply this to pretty much any domain. Like any idea that you have, go find the products, toss them in, see how much they're making. So I mentioned Impulse, right? These apps are insane. At face value, it's a freemium app, and it just teaches you, you're literally just playing like these little brain games. But they make over $3 million a month after Apple's tax, which is bananas. To put that into perspective, Cal AI also makes 3 million. They've got the number. Well, actually, after Apple tax, it's under 3 million, so that's why they would round down to 2. But it's a great product. That was a little self brag there. It's meant to be a little bit ironic. The joke came across well, but okay. What are some other interesting domains? productivity, you sometimes find some very, yeah, okay, here we've got one. Focus friend, Hank Green. I guess he has produced some little like app to help people stay focused. Speechify, awesome app founded by Cliff Weitzman, a good friend. I'm not seeing too much interesting here right now. We do see all of the AI note-taking apps. So, as an example here, we mentioned Minutes as a case study. Minutes makes $300,000 a month on just 20,000 downloads, which is insane, absolutely bananas. The AI note-taking apps, when you market it to high intent students as well as professionals, you can make a lot of money per download. Let's go business. No. Let's take a look. Not too much is interesting. So once again, as I mentioned earlier, like when I'm taking a look here, what I'm seeing is Indeed. It's a complex product. You need both applicants and companies looking to hire. Microsoft Teams. It's like, okay, it's Microsoft. Zoom. It's Zoom, right? Video chat. I'm not going to encourage people to build that. LinkedIn, professional networking site. DoorDash. So most of these products, I'm taking a look at them, and I'm like, all right, these are built by major corporations and are very complex products, which is why I kind of skip through them. And I'm like, you know what, there's not much for me to teach about most of this. So this scanner app, this is actually something that you could theoretically build, right? But it's maybe not as viral, not really in line with with the sort of ethos of the majority of products and consumer apps that I provided in the case studies, and that are you have any amount of reasonable chance to make highly profitable within just a few months. Prep AI, this does look pretty basic. This looks like a basic AI app designed to help you find jobs. Let's see, they have in-app purchases. Yep, they do. See how much Prep AI is making. They're not actually making that much. So they may be either under monetized, or they're pursuing a more freemium route where the strategy is to build up their user base, and that can increase retention, K factor, and enable them to sort of scale over time as opposed to trying to rip right now. Reference is always a great space. You'll see even in Reference, you have like these coin scanners and whatnot. The reason is because Reference is arguably the easiest category in the App Store to climb the ranks. And so people that are kind of hacking ASO will put their product in Reference. But Reference is primarily for, religious slash, I guess, cultural. So maybe that's also why the coin scanners are in here. Never really understood the Reference category all that well. Yeah. Cool. Okay. I think that's pretty much it from now for this video. In the next module in design, you'll learn a little bit about what to actually do with these apps once you identify them, going through their flows, taking the screenshots, pasting it in Figma. But yeah, that will come next. Yeah. Download the app, analyze its onboarding, paywall, core functionality. Honestly, you can do that now to some extent. Just use the app, see what it feels like, and this will help inform your sort of understanding of the problem that you are solving when you download these apps that are similar to your product. And then additionally, something that I guess two other points I didn't touch on. I would cross-reference the app with its social media presence. So you'll learn more about how to do that in distribution, but you can just search it up on Instagram, TikTok, try to find its meta ads library, see what the hooks are that's working, put yourself in the mind of the customer as you use the market landscape to make your idea more fully formed. And then finally, scroll these rankings daily to stay up to date. Sensor Tower also has some interesting data, but you guys can go play around with that platform. But as you see here, like I can also just scroll the rankings within Sensor Tower. Cool. All right, that's it for this video. I will see you guys in my final lesson of the module of ideation, which will be finalizing your idea. Peace out, guys.